know that anything can happen. You know, Lou was just talking about the Southampton game. You know, they're going to go out there. They're the underdogs, Newcastle are, but anything can happen. Any team can win. You've got the shearer factor for United. I don't think, unlike Clive, I don't think nerves and apprehension comes into it. They're just going to go and enjoy themselves.
Rodney, it still crosses your mind. I go back to '87. We came here as firm favourites with Tottenham, and you just think, what if it doesn't go our way? What if the ball breaks the wrong way? It crosses your mind.
You're talking here about one of the game's great entertainers who love to put a jersey on, get a football and just go and play. Now, was that the difference? Is there a difference between being an entertainer and being a winner? Or is that a dopey question?
What are you trying to say?
What you're saying is he hasn't been a winner.
Hey,
Nor have I.
I've won a cup final here. I've won a cup final and scored.
Yeah.
Now, you looked at Ruud Gullit, who comes off the coach. He wanted to finish his game of cards first. Does that give you the impression that he's nervous?
All right, well, let's get a word with him, because as we know now, it is written in history that he became the first foreign coach to win the FA Cup. And is he looking forward to doing it all over again? Well, you bet he is.
Even for me, it's going to be a special day, although, you know, we have been there already, but it's a special day for me also. I'm very proud of that I can be there again, and I will enjoy it in the full. Everything around it, I will enjoy it.
Did you enjoy it as much last time? Will you walk out this time and enjoy every moment?
Yeah, I will enjoy it. Every final is important, and the silverware for you to be taken. You have to work hard for that. Prepare yourself for it, and then everything will be okay.
You seem very calm and very relaxed about the whole thing.
Because I know what team I have. Everybody's so worried. The strange thing is the fans are not worried. I spoke with the whole thing, and the fans are very, very confident about it. And we also, we know that. It's the outside world who thinks that we are not comfortable.
Yeah, most people think you'll lose. And maybe lose badly. I mean,
we shall see.
You're more confident than that, though, aren't you?
Yes, of course, because I know what I have. I know what is in their minds. I work with them every day. And like I said, we haven't showed what we can. Still playing some good football. Because I think the only game that we really played bad was Leicester. But I had a good reason for it. Was not happy about it, but I could understand it.
So do you think if Manchester United are in any way taking you lightly, they would suffer for that?
They will not take us lightly.
You don't think they will?
No.
If they're complacent at all?
No.
It's not a danger for them?
I think it will be.
If they do?
Yeah.
Are Manchester United now more dangerous because they've won the Premiership and perhaps are more relaxed about playing the Cup final? Are they a more difficult team now to play?
You can also put it the other way around. If they had lost the title, how would they be for the FA Cup then? You know, you never know. It's all hypothetical. You don't know. I know that my team will be ready. That is what I know, because they have something to prove to everyone. Why have you saved yourself? Okay, now show it to everyone why. And they owe it to me, they owe it to themselves, and they owe it to the fans.
Perhaps they do owe it to the Geordie nation after last year's game here. FA Cup final records. Nobody's won it as many times as Manchester United. They've played in 14 previous finals, won it on 9 occasions, the last, of course, 96. That turned out to be a double year as well. They've lost 5. The last occasion they were beaten here, 1995, by Everton. As for Newcastle United, 12 previous finals. They've won it on 6 occasions, the last 1955 against Manchester City in the era of War Jackie. Lost it on 6 occasions as well. Just wondering, Clive, not that they need particularly an incentive here today, but Newcastle United, in the back of their minds, must have last year's final and must want to make amends for the Geordie nation.
Well, yeah, and it's a great opportunity to come back so quickly, because the FA Cup final is special, as we keep saying, but sometimes you only get one crack at it, one chance. They've got the opportunity back in a final a year later, and also coming here absolutely with no fear. Because they are playing Manchester United, they are playing the team of the season, and they've got nothing to lose.
And watching that, Rod, again reminds us that he has consistently said he'll be gone at the end of the season. This might be Ruud Gullit's last game. You still believe that, don't you?
I do, yeah. I think that...
you think the venue that he might ultimately end up at has changed, though? You were talking about Fulham consistently for a couple of months, weren't you?
Yeah, I believe that as well.
Sampdoria, maybe?
Well, that's possible. I just believe that Rudolph was not going to stay at Newcastle. I believe this will be his last game, and I believe he'll be somewhere else next year, possibly Fulham.
Even if they win today?
Even if they win today.
European football next year?
Even if they win today.
I find that hard to believe, especially if they win today, Rod.
Well, that's two of us on this side.
I mean, if they win today and the support that he's got here, I think the support eventually will make him feel so at home at Newcastle that he won't want to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a fantastic following they've got. I mean, they deserve a break.
If you get
I hope it's
Newcastle
not today,
United
though.
right, and Kevin Keegan was that far away from doing it, it's a tremendous place to earn your money, isn't it? Whether you're a player, you're a manager, or you're part of the back office, whatever you're doing.
Richard, Newcastle United is a tremendous football club, a great football club, steeped in tradition. They've slipped so far to where they were under Kevin Keegan, though. Kevin Keegan had the team almost Premiership champions. They're a long way from that now.
And Manchester United will never forget the 5-0 at St James's Park, which remains their heaviest defeat under Alex Ferguson. That was a thumping, wasn't it?
Well, it was, and I don't expect that to happen today, though, Richard. This will be very close today, very tight. But I do believe now, different to what I thought a couple of weeks ago, this can go either way.
Well, I hope you've got your pens and your pencils to the side of you. Remember, there are 2 tickets for the Euro 2000 qualifier against Sweden up for grabs a fortnight today. Andy's Netbusters competition, 5 categories, top goal from each. He's chosen his best free kick, his best improvised goal, his best header. Here comes category 4.
I have to say this was probably one of the toughest categories to pick 3 winners from, or 3 finalists from. There were some brilliant strikes all through this season's FA Cup, but I have managed to narrow it down to 3. Here they are. In 3rd place, Gary Jones for Notts County. What a strike. Gets a little bit of time. He's hitting it from, just what, 30 yards out, 55 miles an hour. Look at it go. It is unsavable, but not good enough. And amazingly, 1 game brings me the 2nd place and the winner. That wonderful FA Cup tie, Tottenham against Leeds. Ginolas volley, 25 yards, 63 miles an hour. Power, pace, direction, dip. Nigel Martin, no chance. But some of you might not agree. I think this has been beaten. Darren Anderton. It's not often you strike a ball as cleanly as this. There you go. 65 miles an hour from almost 34 yards out. Nigel Martin, the goalkeeper's got a great position, but he can do nothing. This is what you say, as sweet as a nut. Absolutely brilliant strike from Darren Anderton. So, goal number 4, Darren Anderton.
Right, and there's 1 category to come. Then we'll give you a telephone number and you'll be choosing your best goal from the 5. If it matches Andy's, then you've got a chance of winning a couple of tickets here for the Euro 2000 qualifier between England and Sweden a fortnight today, and we'll announce the results before we go tonight. And remember, the FA Cup will be won today, either at the end of 90 minutes, either at the end of extra time, or there may even be a penalty shootout. But one way or the other, it finishes here. Does that please you? That's a major change, isn't it? It's got to be won today.
Doesn't really please me, Richard. No, I think if you need a replay, if like in the past there was a replay after a draw, a replay, you come back on the Wednesday night. We were grateful for one here against Brighton. I mean, we were very lucky last minute. Gordon Smith rather, missed an absolute sitter, and we were fortunate and delighted to come back for the replay. And of course, the replay, true form was shown 3 nights later. 4-0 here.
The Cup's not about that, is it? You want the teams like Brighton, who have got maybe only ever 1 chance of winning,
well, you've got to say,
have their day.
Well, would that suit Newcastle? Would it be a defensive performance, a tactical performance from Newcastle to grind it out and get that far and say give themselves an even chance with penalties? That's a possibility as well.
My opinion is that the tie should be settled on 1 day. It should be settled in the biggest venue in the world, the home of football. It should be here today. I'd like to see, actually, Richard, sudden death, where you go into extra time and the first goal that's scored wins it. I love that. They did it in America, North American Soccer League.
It
was
Euro
sensational.
96 here, and it can be a heartbreaker.
Yeah,
as
no,
well,
it's
can't
cardiac.
Yeah.
It's cardiac, but it's great for the team that wins it, but it's horrible for the team that loses.
We're at Wembley, of course, for the 1999 FA Cup final. Damon Hill amongst the celebrity guests here today, earning his corn, signing a few autographs and checking in at home, maybe. The Geordie Nation has come south again. They did last year and were disappointed. They went home beaten by Arsenal. Can they turn it round this time around and stop Manchester United completing, well, the double immediately and the second part of what would be an extraordinary treble? We've heard what it's like to win it here. We've heard what it's like to score the winning goal. When you've done all of that, celebration, you know, can last for days.
You wouldn't believe when we were running around with that cup, you know, how many tears there was coming down the eyes of the Liverpool supporters. You know, that's one thing that will always be in my mind.
You want it to last, for days on end. It's absolutely tremendous, and when you're actually walking down the tunnel, you know, going off there, you know, you want to go back on there. The supporters are still there, and you get in the dressing room after, you know, celebration. Everyone's champagne's out, everything. You know, everyone's jumping in the bath, and it's absolutely, you don't want it to end. And I say it's the best feeling you can have in the world.
And there's the evidence. Doesn't matter how many times you've done it, you enjoy the next one every bit as much as you did the first time. It's Manchester United against Newcastle United. Coming next, we'll get the teams confirmed.
Rangers on an incredible sixth treble. Celtic, a record 30 cup victories. A reprisal for last year's defeat. A remedy for the surrender of the league. For the first time in 10 years, an Old Firm derby final. The great names of Scottish football in the last throw of the dice. Ford Scottish Football, Celtic v Rangers, the Tennant Scottish Cup final. Next Saturday at 2, Sky Sports 3.
If you will give us some time, I thought to some arrangement, we as a village are only asking for a few acres of your land for our simple agricultural needs. Would it be too impolite for me to ask for an earlier
routine? There'll never be any time you get a chance to win.
Going up.
Have you heard the new Stereophonics album, Performance and Cocktails? It includes the hit single, Pick Apart That's New. Go out and buy it.
You can overcome many traps, but you can never resist Viennetta. Viennetta, an irresistible experience from Walls.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?
New Vanish In-Wash tablets have 2 layers that work with your detergent to penetrate and remove stains. So you see, everything has vanished.
Fame has changed no-nonsense man's life. He thinks he should use it to show how silky smooth John Smith's Extra Smooth really is. But whilst fame can bring glamour and extra smoothness, it can also mean trying to hide from any unwanted attention. Deep down, he knows you don't need any celebrity nonsense to sell John Smith's. Just a good look at the pint that is pure silk in a glass. Like this.
Exploding onto video. Comments are still headed first. Get ready for impact. Deep Impact from DreamWorks. Buy the video from Monday.
Whether you suffer from hay fever, prickly heat, dust, or pet allergies, Benadryl Allergy Relief starts working in 15 minutes. No non-drowsy allergy tablet works faster than Benadryl.
Come on, let's keep it tight.
100 countries worldwide will be watching today. Sky Sports host broadcaster. We're at Wembley Stadium for the 1999 FA Cup final between Manchester United and Newcastle United. The Olympic gallery, as you can see, sparsely populated. There are one or two more making their way into the stadium. Incidentally, of course, the Cricket World Cup continues next week. 6 games, all live, only on Sky Sports. There's a double-header tomorrow, Australia against Pakistan and Kenya against India. On Tuesday, it's England against Zimbabwe. There's another double-header on Thursday, the West Indies against Scotland and Australia against Bangladesh. And on Friday, it's New Zealand against Pakistan. That's 6 live games coming up next week, all of it live only on Sky Sports. He's come well prepared. Flag, wig, face paint, hat, all of it necessary on a day out at Wembley. I wonder when they came. Because when we got here today, you know, there was Geordies all over the place who had been here, I imagine, all night, enjoying their weekend, not just their day out. And we're into the last hour. 59 minutes from now, Manchester United and Newcastle United will kick off on that Wembley turf. Manchester United aiming to complete their 3rd double. The second leg of what would be, as we've called it once or twice today, an improbable treble. Newcastle United back to avenge the defeat of last year when they were the victims of the double winners then. Arsenal, of course, on that occasion. This time today, Manchester United have the same incentive. And we've got the team news. George Gavin has the details. George.
Dramatic team news as well, Richard. Jaap Stam doesn't make it. He's on the bench for Manchester United. It's Johnson and May. And up front, surprise upon surprise, it's Cole and Solskjaer starting today for Manchester United. For Newcastle, Ketsbaia and Shearer up front. So, Manchester United, Peter Schmeichel's farewell to football in England. Phil Neville replaces the suspended Dennis Irwin. Keenan Scholes in the middle, Johnson and May in the defence. Ryan Giggs plays up front, Cole and Solskjaer on the bench, Jaap Stam and Dwight York. And for Newcastle, only Steve Harper's 10th senior appearance in goal for Newcastle. Laurent Charvet has missed the last 6 weeks through injury. Solano is the first Peruvian to play in an FA Cup final. Alan Shearer partnered by Temurai Ketsbaia. On the bench is Duncan Ferguson, waiting to come on if he gets his chance. He has a minor operation to go through on Monday, but he's there if required today.
Lou Macari must have the inside track. No Jaap Stam, Louis, you're absolutely right, but what an absolute stunner. No Dwight York either.
Well, I said to you, Richard, there could be a surprise up front as well. Knowing Alex, everything he's done at the moment is...
That's not a surprise, is it? Well, I mean, that's a bomb, if you like.
Well, he dropped a bomb at Villa Park that night. We were all shocked when there was no York and no Cole. Sheringham played, Solskjaer played, and at half-time we were saying, well, he's done it again. These two were playing exceptionally well.
But mentally, how does Dwight York react to that? Because presumably we've heard nothing to the contrary. He's fit, raring to go. An FA Cup final opportunity. You've got to get him back for Wednesday night because he'll start there, won't he?
Well, I'm quite sure Alex will have him back for Wednesday night. He'll have him ready. He's got an art of management that is different, let's say. I mean, last week he brought Sheringham off at half-time, and I believe he's told Teddy that he'd done exceptionally well. That's why he brought him off. I mean,
and he's not involved today.
And he's not involved today. So he got away with that last week. He can get away with anything at the moment, Alex.
No Dwight York, Clive.
Well, as I said earlier in the show, Richard, I am amazed because knowing Dwight York, and at this stage of his career, it would have been his first FA Cup final start. I've no doubt that he'll play some part this afternoon, but really to think that he's not starting is a major surprise.
As you feel if you're Newcastle, you know, they come out with Cole and Solskjaer. Solskjaer scored 17 goals as substitute this year, right? He starts. If they do get in trouble, they can bring on Sheringham, they can bring on York. I mean, they've just got a fantastic squad of players. Ferguson's done it again. He's been perfect all season. The question is he going to be perfect today as well?
The other Fergie they'll be talking about here today, Duncan Ferguson, not in Newcastle United's starting lineup. That's a serious blow for them, isn't it?
Well, it would be in my opinion, Richard, because I feel that he is the one player in the air that can actually threaten the United back four. But, you know, as we said before, Shearer factor, can go either way. I just fancy Manchester United strongly.
I think it just shows that Big Duncan is not 100% fit, and it will be a case of throwing him on if desperate measures are needed. And it might be half an hour that he'd be required to do something but I'm sure that he's not 100% fit. That's why he's on the bench.
Let's go and join Andy and Frank McClintock, who I hope are going to tell us where it could be won and where it can be lost. But before that, Andy, no Dwight York. As I say, an absolute